This is Jarrod Horak, and in this horse racing video, I'm going to recap the Jerome Stakes, the Smarty Jones, and the Grade 2 San Vicente. Now, the Jerome and Smarty Jones were both Kentucky Derby 2025 points races. The San Vicente was not a Derby points race, but that race could have major Derby implications following the impressive victory by $3.2 million purchase Barnes. He was my video top choice in that race. Now, my video top choice in the Jerome, McAfee, he had a leg infection and he had to scratch out of that race. And then my video top choice in the Smarty Jones was Mo Quality, and he ended up finishing second in that event. Now, through the first 12 Derby points races, my top choices have 4 wins, 2 runner-up finishes, and a show finish. And we have come to the end of the 10 points races on the Derby Trail. Now, the next Derby points race is the Lecomte Stakes at Fairgrounds on January 18th. 20 points for the win, 10 for second, 6 for third, 4 for fourth, and then 2 for finishing fifth. And I am offering a Lecomte Stakes Day full card this year at the runawayhorse.com on my sales page. So if you're interested in that full card, I'm going to be covering that on January 18th, and it'll be available the week of January 18th. And you can check out my year-end Kentucky Derby blog at the runawayhorse.com, and that blog includes points race recaps, points race standings, and my exceptional 11 Kentucky Derby's contenders list. I'm going to update my Derby and Oaks blogs next week. And now I'm going to recap the Jerome, the Smarty Jones, and the San Vicente. And we'll start with the Jerome. That was race 8 at Aqueduct on January 4th, 1 turn mile. And as I said, my top choice, McAfee, scratched. That left a field of 7. And my second choice in there behind McAfee was Cyclone State. And he ended up winning this race comfortably. And the fractions 23.43, 47.25, 113.20 for the 6 furlongs. They stopped the clock in 140.82 seconds, and it took 14.41 seconds to finish that final furlong. And Cyclone State was able to be right up on the pace with Enduring Spirit. He put that one away after the opening quarter. He opened up by 1.5 lengths at the half-mile mark, and he just pulled away. He opened up by 8 lengths in the stretch. And then he was able to win comfortably by 3.5 lengths over Omaha, who rallied from far back. He was 7th and last for the first half mile. He was picking it up nicely late. He was clearly second best, 3.25 lengths in front of Icon, who finished 3rd. Studlydoright was 4th. He was the beaten favorite. And Mansetti finished 5th. And those 5 horses earned Kentucky Derby points. And now we'll go over to the Smarty Jones Stakes. That was race 9 at Oaklawn on January 4th. This race was at 1 1/16 miles. We started with a field of 8, scratched down to 6 after Optical and Curvino both scratched out of the race. And the pace here was slow, 24.11, 49.03, 115.63 for the 6 furlongs. And they stopped the clock in 146.43. And the winner, basically going wire to wire, was Coal Battle from the outside post, and I definitely did not see that coming. I'm not surprised that he ran a quality race. He won back-to-back stakes races heading into this event, including a Kentucky Derby points race, the Remington Springboard Mile. But Coal Battle never showed early speed in his life, but I just mentioned the fractions, and they were very slow. Nobody seemed to want the lead. It was surprising because Kale's Angel from the inside post was exiting a stakes victory in the Advent at 5.5 furlongs, and he was right up on the pace that day. You would have figured inside post, stretching out in distance, that Kale's Angel, based on those fractions, should have been able to control this race under Ramon Vasquez, but he was passively handled from the inside. Coal Battle got a heads-up ride from Juan Vargas, put him right up on the pace. He was able to back that pace up and go slow. The first interior fraction was 24.92. The second one, 26.61. So when they slowed it way down in the middle, the closers just absolutely had no chance in this race. And Coal Battle was best by 4 lengths. Now my top choice, Mo Quality under Junior Alvarado, he got a bit of a curious ride. He was stalking wide, made a little bit of a middle move, but he was way out in the middle of the track, losing a lot of ground. And when they were going that slow in the middle and he's that wide, he lost his best chance there. But he was able to out-finish Kale's Angel by a neck, and he finished second. So Mo Quality ran a quality race. Kale's Angel 3rd. Bon Temps, a maiden for D. Wayne Lucas, was 4th in here. And finishing a distant, disappointing 5th was Hot Property for trainer Brad Cox, Flavien Prat Road. He was on my Derby list. He was one of my exceptional 11 contenders after his nice-looking debut, in which he controlled the pace and dominated in a mile and a 16th race at Fairgrounds. Disappointed here, never really ran. The race didn't. The race flow was against him for sure, but surprising that he wasn't up closer to the pace as well. So just a strange race overall, and the Smarty Jones don't really know what to make of this one. And now we will go over to the race that was the most impressive race on the day, Santa Anita Park's 5th race on January 4th, the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes at 7 furlongs, and it had a field of 5. And from the inside post, McKinzie Street, not surprisingly, was battling from the inside post. Didn't really have much of a choice but to try to get up on that pace from the inside. But Barnes, for trainer Bob Baffert, he was all over the pace right outside of McKinzie Street, and Barnes took over in the stretch, opened up by 3 lengths, and then he kicked away and he won by 5.5 lengths as the even money favorite. Fractions: 22.65, 45.10, 109.60, 122.15 was the final time. Good final time here. A solid, good-looking effort, visually pleasing effort. Barnes is now 2 for 2 at Churchill Downs in his 5.5 furlong debut. He was stuck down on the inside. He was able to move out in the stretch, and he drifted out, and he ran down Innovator. Innovator would come back to finish second in the Advent Stakes as the beaten favorite, and then Innovator broke his maiden in his next start. So Barnes, nice education run in his debut, and he won that one, and he was much more professional in this race. He dominated. He's going to stretch out next time. When I started my Kentucky Derby list last year, Barnes was ranked number 6. And then when I did my year-end report for the Derby list, Barnes was number 4. And he's definitely one of the top 5 Derby contenders right now, if not the top contender overall for trainer Bob Baffert. Juan Hernandez rode Romanesque. His stablemate finished second under Mike Smith. He tracked the pace. He was 7 to 1. He was coming off of a debut sprint win. And then Bullard, your 4 to 5 morning line favorite, he was $1.10 to 1 in this race, and he was able to track outside. He was outkicked for second. He was a clear third, and we still don't know how good Bullard is. For him, excellent late-running sprinter, especially when he won that Bob Hope Stakes in his second career start at 7 furlongs. But the pace was fast there, and it really set up for him, and he didn't get a great setup in here. But I don't think he would have been a match for Barnes anyway. Barnes, much the best in the San Vicente. Definitely one to watch on the Derby trail. He seems to be one of the top Derby contenders. Now, Romanesque had defeated Rodriguez, a horse that ran in the second race at Santa Anita Park on January 4th, and Rodriguez was stretching out. He finished second in his debut behind Romanesque, and then Rodriguez was the heavy favorite, 1 to 2 favorite in a 1-mile race at Santa Anita, as I said, race 2 on January 4th, and Rodriguez just got out there, set the pace, kept on going. He won by 7 lengths. And for Rodriguez, his fractions, 22.91, 46.33, 110.27. And he wrapped up the 1 mile in 135.91, 12.91 seconds for his final fraction. So Rodriguez dominated this race. He's a prospect for Bob Baffert as well. He could easily continue to improve, and he's already proven that he can handle 2 turns in this race. Baeza was second for trainer John Sheriffs. They paid a lot for that one, and he ran a much better race here. And then Rank, a horse that always seems to hit the board in these maiden races, ended up finishing 3rd for trainer Doug O'Neill. So Rodriguez, one to watch for Baffert, but all eyes on Barnes. He was the most impressive 3-year-old of the day on January 4th, for sure. And we mentioned the other races, Coal Battle. Not sure what to make of that strangely run Smarty Jones Stakes. And then as for Cyclone State in the Jerome, he seems best. I think he's a 1-turn mile specialist. Maybe a race like the Gotham Stakes, he could do something, but I don't know how much further he wants to go, especially looking at that final quarter in that Jerome Stakes, 14.41 seconds. So that's a look back at some of the bigger 3-year-old races that they ran on January 4th. If you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park and from other tracks, I've been selling full cards online since the late 1990s. I cover Santa Anita Park each day that they run, and I offer individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, and the entire meet. And you can find my analysis on my sales page at therunawayhorse.com. And my full cards include extensive analysis and wagering strategies for every race. And for the highlights for the full card, you can find my full card highlights. So if you want to see of what my full cards look like and how I did each of the full cards, you can go over and check out my weekly handicapping reports from Santa Anita Park on my Santa Anita Park page at therunawayhorse.com. Those weekly handicapping reports include stakes recaps, track bias information, winning jockeys and trainers, and full card highlights. And speaking of those full card highlights, I'm going to post my January 4th full card highlights from Santa Anita on the screen now. I had a very good day at Santa Anita on January 4th. You see with those full cards, I had 4 top choice winners, including Afternoon Nap paying $15 in the 8th race. I had some good success. The early pick 4, I had that, and then the early pick 5 as well. The middle pick 4 had that one. The late pick 4 had that, and then also the $3 turf pick 3, along with a bunch of doubles, pick 3s, some trifectas, exactas, and some other wagers as well. So you see those full card highlights on the screen now. And my full card highlights, I mean, even for my wagering strategies, I don't have, usually I cap it at $50. I keep the amount bet down so people can afford the wagers. So I have affordable, cost-effective wagering strategies. And I'm going to be doing some more videos about wagering strategies in the coming weeks. So keep checking my YouTube channel for those. And I'm going to be adding some Saturday full cards from other racetracks this year, including Lecomte Stakes Day at Fairgrounds on January 18th. I mentioned that earlier in this video. Pegasus World Cup Day at Gulfstream Park on January 25th, doing that full card. Holy Bull Day at Gulfstream on February 1st, and then some other big full cards as we go on this road to the Derby Trail. Some bigger days at Gulfstream coming up. Fairgrounds as well, Oaklawn. I'm going to be doing some of those big Saturday full cards from those tracks when they have those big Derby points race cards. So keep checking my YouTube channel each week. Handicapping videos, Derby and Oaks, points race video series, horse racing news, and more. And if you want a bonus free pick each day, go over to my website, therunawayhorse.com. Click on the Better Bets blog tab at the top of my homepage, and you can get a free pick from around the country each day. That will wrap up this video. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.